A single LEGO set now costs almost $300, and it's not even the most expensive one on the shelf. Once dismissed as knockoffs, alternative brick brands are becoming the new status symbol for brick fans, specifically after Jank Bricks launched a whole new channel for non-LEGO bricks. You know something's changing, right? So Lumi Bricks announced a new set that just looks great, this Heritage Tram, and it's simply outstanding. The model includes a cable car and station, all with electrification and yes, lights. Light kits included out of the box. Now that's great value and it just makes the model stand out, especially at night. The trolley is done in a beautiful red and white color scheme, with nice windows and a lot of attention to detail. My main complaint is the exaggerated use of signs. You get a lot of them and I feel like most of them are redundant and just tell you the same information again. But I feel like the inclusion of the overhead wires with electrification is quite nice. And we get a tram depot as well. The model also includes a custom track design, which is always great. Another great set is the Brick Art Gallery. It's a new corner building retailing for just $180. A bit on the pricier side of things, but there is a lot going on here. The building has a French Beaux Arts style with a masonry facade and mansard roof, accomplished in this beautiful shade of blue. Much like Paris, the corner is chamfered and includes a paint. The interior is an art gallery, where you can pull out the rooms like a drawer, but I think this is the biggest downside of Lumi Bricks' version of modulars. They are not wall-to-wall. This is due to a lot of factors, including technical limitation due to the lights. But I personally prefer the wall-to-wall aesthetics. It doesn't need to copy the Danish brand, but look at many iconic cities out there, they have wall-to-wall buildings with no setbacks, literally. Another issue with Lumi Bricks system are the sidewalks and streets. With the new tram, there is a slight problem. The streets are at a higher elevation than the sidewalks, something I don't personally appreciate. But I feel some will disregard these nitpicks as they are indeed minor, but something I personally do care and probably you do too as well. Lumi Bricks does other modular building like a theater, a gelato store, bookstore and more. But I personally think my favorite line is the Wild West series, a thing that the Danish company has long neglected. I love the Wild West style buildings, and I think there is great value here. You get detailed buildings with sidings and lightings, and full-on interiors, perfect to build a Wild West. The station is a great example of that, retailing for $100. It includes a beautiful exterior and detailed interior with lights. I personally love the attention to detail in the ticketing counter, it's a good value overhaul. Lumi Bricks also has this Wild West train set which I previously talked about. There's also the steampunk theme, an instant classic, though some sets are older and as a result more problematic. Lumi Bricks has been leveling up their game. They have been moving away from things like stickers to focus more exclusively on printed parts and light kits, which is great. I love seeing innovation in this space. But Lumi Bricks and Fantasy use Gold Bricks, a great alternative to the Danish company. With impressive molds and accurate parts, they feel and look just like LEGO, apparently. So why consider alternative LEGO companies? Well, it seems as if LEGO is getting more and more expensive. We get super cool sets like the Italian Riviera, but they just cost too much. And that's not a knock on the design. I love the look of this set, but the harsh truth is that most of us can't afford it. So Alt LEGO comes to the rescue, providing unique sets at a relatively low cost. Another great company is Fantasy. They make cool sets like this windmill workshop that is steampunk. They also do cool modular-like buildings. Their Opera House and Sherlock Holmes sets just look great. But my favorite part is that they do brand collabs with popular IP like Popeye and Snoopy. Another brand you guys mentioned in the comments section is FX Bricks. Want LEGO 9EV track in 2025? Well, FX Bricks is here for you, but spoilers, it ain't cheap. Ranging from $80 to $200. Now, these tracks do have electric rails like LGB or Kato, but even these expensive companies have cheaper track. I think FX would benefit from selling packed tracks in bulk instead of just one, which can get super expensive. That said, this is a very high quality product that fills a very specific and albeit small niche. in the LEGO train community. If you are still building and displaying LEGO train layouts, I wouldn't hesitate to pick some up, but I'm personally still stuck with Powered Up. So, is this the end of LEGO? We'll see a rise in old LEGO brands that will take over the globe? Well, it's not all sunshine and rainbows for these brands. You see, you might have turned on the news channel and heard about these little things called tariffs. And Lumi Bricks and Fantasy, they are from China. Now, it's impossible to talk about the future of tariffs at the moment, because we don't know what the end goal is. From the few successful negotiations I have seen, the United States is interested in companies investing in the United States. And LEGO is doing just that. They are building a massive factory there, even if they also have a factory in China. LEGO has done a very good job diversifying its sources of bricks. Even if both get affected by tariffs, LEGO currently has the advantage in my opinion. They have a larger product lineup and can maintain lower prices without passing those prices to the consumers too much. That is, if LEGO chooses to spread the cost to the consumers. But again, when one talks about tariffs, it is impossible for said video to not become outdated. Most political analysts don't understand what the president's end goal is, so I guess we'll have to wait and see, and this video will already be dated. But the Danish company is also fighting back. We saw new, more affordable sets premiering, like the LEGO Game Boy for $60, not a $200 set. And it has become a quite popular set, selling out before its official release. The Game Boy is a special set. It recreates the iconic game console that is so nostalgic. And it's an impressive recreation at that. You get the separate game cartridges and these screen parts you can swap out to pretend you are playing a game, you know, instead of touching grass or talking to a real person. Speaking of that, the bad news is that the real Game Boy is pretty much at the same price point as the set. I found a few examples on eBay, though keep in mind I'm not a Game Boy expert by any means. On the creator side of things, the arcade machine is also a good value at $40. LEGO Creator is the best option for more affordable sets. The set includes this weirdly scaled arcade machine and a minifigure scale one. Inside the arcade you'll find a mini apartment, perfect for gamers, and even a reference to classic LEGO space. Oh yeah, and a reference to Junkbot, for those who know. So, is this the end of LEGO? Of course no, but I hope the views and values of the LEGO fan community change to allow more brands to be present, or at least accepted. For instance, you can't post anything related to LEGO alternatives in the fan subreddit r/LEGO, which is hilariously stupid. But this also affects LUGs, LEGO user groups. You see these large displays? If you are part of recognized fan media or a fan lug, you can only use non-LEGO parts unless it's something LEGO doesn't make. But I can see things change, and they're already doing so. These brands are not seen as a knockoff or rip-off, but as real alternatives to the Danish brand. I see this more and more in the comment section and other social media posts. So maybe in the future we'll see a rise of more alternative brands and more acceptance at that. Now if you want to see even more trains, click this video on the screen right now.